Hi everyone, today is Sunday, July 6th. I am currently editing the video before this. I just want to start out with a check-in. I really want to stick to this challenge of posting once a week for the next 90 days. I think that's definitely going to be difficult, but I just need to remember to film things, even if they're mundane. The point is to put out as much content as possible. So yes, I will try my best. I've been very tired. The past week was really busy socially for me. I'm very much a homebody, definitely an introvert. I was out of my shell last week and I think I just needed yesterday to recuperate. I painted my nails today. I'm using those two new SE colors. Yeah, I guess not much has happened since yesterday. I do want to start a new habit tracker sheet. I did one earlier in the year, but I think that it would really come in handy now. I am definitely lacking discipline in my life, and I do feel like I've been a bit lazy lately, so I think that by having something I can check off every day, multiple items a day, it will be motivating for me. I will do that after I edit this video. I always underestimate how long it'll take me to make each one of these. I am a perfectionist, so I just can't post something that I'm not happy with because this lives on the internet. Yeah, I just want it to be up to my standards when I release them. I don't have any plans next week. I work Sunday, that's it, and other than that, my week is open. Maybe I'll take you around to different places in New York City. That would get me out of the house. It is unfortunately going to rain most of next week, but I can find some indoor activities to do. I'll definitely have some more check-ins with you before I end this, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I start working on a project. I go through my book collection and digital library to find relevant works. I'm going to go through Hello Kitty, Hello Everything book, 80s girly culture guide book I got in Japan, and the 70s and 80s sanrio design book I picked up at Kinokuniya. We'll go through the 70s and 80s design book first. I've got my mind on Summerween. I've never seen this tuxedo sand basketball hoop. I love it. Viva Summer for real. I love this Twin Stars spread, the colors are great. Next up is this 80s girly culture book. I have another book from this series my friend gave me. I love giraffes, this is so cute. This is a very cool technique, puffy letters. Loving this pappy packaging. Lastly, this Hello Kitty book. I'll always love a plush portrait. Is this from that Tokyo style photo book? I've always wanted it. I have her. I'll either scan or take photos of the images that I want to digitize to add to my library. I'd ideally scan everything, but I don't want to break the bind of the book. Wow, this one? I thought of a way to collage my photos together for the fundraiser zine. I totally forgot I had this printer. This came out okay, but I would like a little more noise. This setting automatically adds it for you. I like the texture of the one on the right. The one on the left is okay, but the right is more fitting for the project aesthetically. Let's continue with this style. This is one of the wall stickers. I'm kind of obsessed with this. Okay, back to work. I think they came out great. Trying to flatten them out so that I can scan. I would peel and stick them down, but I kind of want to give them out after this is over. I'll cut each one out in Photoshop so I can arrange them on an A4 sheet of paper. I have to rotate the document because they moved on the scanner bed. Then I'll paste them onto a larger page to organize them based on similarities. I'm going to step away for now and revisit this later in the week. Hi everyone, today is Tuesday, July 8th. I hope you can't hear the fan right now. It's currently 94 degrees, so I low-key need to have it on. I have been actually really good about filming since I said aloud that I want to do this 90-day challenge. Yeah, I'm just being more mindful of when I'm out to just try to capture moments. As you saw in my last vlog, I had lost my headphones. I wrote SAA an email and they finally got back to me yesterday. They asked me if I had found them, and I was like, no. Do you guys have a lost and found? And they replied back, yes, they did, but I would have to go in person to speak to a manager to try to locate them for me. I did have work to do, but I was just like, I need to get this over with to know whether or not it was there. So I walked over. It's about a 22-minute walk from my apartment. The employee there was so nice and he really tried his best. He messaged his manager, but yeah, the headphones just weren't located. So I left my information. I went home, showered, all that, and then I get a call back from a New Jersey number, and the person on the other line said that they actually did have my headphones there, and I was skeptical because, I don't know, it just wasn't communicated clearly, but I was like, if I come within the next 30 minutes, will you be there? And they said yes. So again, I made the trip back, and the employee there showed me my headphones, and I was so happy. It was such a relief. I did over 16,000 steps yesterday just going back and forth. Plus I had done my 45-minute walk prior to these trips over there. So I'm just happy to have them back in my possession. I will definitely keep my eye on them from now on. So today I'm just trying to work on the fundraiser zine. I had the idea of using that printer that I got earlier in the year. It's this little guy. Because it was going to be printed in black and white and this printer only prints thermally in black and white, I thought that would work well for the zine. I was thinking of actually printing out the images and then taking them to my local Key Food, who still has a photocopy machine. I think they increased the price to 10 cents per print, but yeah, I usually just go there if I want to add some noise to an image. This printer did that for me, so I'm just formatting that now. I got tickets to see Jurassic Park tomorrow night. We're seeing it in Screen X. I hadn't even heard of this. I guess it gives the vibe of being in a fish tank or an aquarium. That's what people were saying. I am nervous because I have really bad motion sickness, so hopefully this won't affect that. So you saw earlier, I went to Five Below and just stocked up on snacks. All of that came out to less than $20, which was pretty cool. I did pick up some shifts yesterday. Not this week, but the following week. I think I might have a little more difficult of a time filming, but I will always try my best. And I think I'll give myself permission to not need to put out a video when I travel back home, just because I have to take care of things and I don't really want filming to be my priority. Other than that, we are aiming for one video a week. I just wanted to catch you up a little bit. Things are happening. I do feel more motivated. I'm just pushing myself now, avoiding the couch at all costs, basically, and just working until my body feels too fatigued or my mind feels tired. So yeah, I just want to touch base and I'll check in with you in a couple days.
the gifting program, and we can continue on with the, you know, the
I'm going to try to make this recipe. Kelsey made something similar when we were on the vineyard. I'll link it below. We need kale, red onion, a red bell pepper, can of chickpeas. I should have actually gotten 2 because I'm doubling the recipe. Tricolor quinoa. I've always had a hard time getting this to cook correctly. Some broccoli. We'll dice this up because I'm not a big fan of raw broccoli. And some crumbled feta to put on top. So since I decided to double the recipe, I'll measure out 4 cups of kale. I'm going to clean up the kale, removing the center stems. Measuring out 1 cup of quinoa. Time to rinse. I should have done this in 2 batches. I'm going to cook it in vegetable broth in order to add some flavor. It's a 2-to-1 ratio water to quinoa. You're supposed to add this to hot water, but I'm not sure if that would ruin the texture of the quinoa, so I'm mixing it into cold water. The metal on metal is driving me crazy. I'm going to switch to a wooden spoon. Next, to turn on the burner and add the quinoa. Once it comes to a boil, give it a final stir, then cover to simmer for 15 minutes. In the meantime, let's massage the kale. I'm going to add salt, some olive oil. I know this is the one for cooking, but it's all I have. I love doing this. It makes the kale less tough. Let's cut up the red bell pepper. I don't know why I'm exposing myself as being a slow chopper. I just don't have any knife skills, but I'm doing my best. And honestly, it's meditative. All diced, time to add it to the bowl. Next up, the broccoli. I'm gonna trim it down and wash it. The quinoa's done. Now I'll dice the broccoli. Like I said, I'm not a fan of raw broccoli, so let's make them super tiny. Let's dice it up a bit more. Add them to the bowl. The last thing to chop is the tearjerker, the red onion. I'll need 2/3 to a cup of red onion. This is embarrassing, showing how slow I slice. I couldn't see through the tears. Adding it to the mix. Opening the chickpeas. I'm realizing now I should have had 2 cans since I doubled it. After rinsing the chickpeas, we'll add them to the salad. Mix it all together. Now add the quinoa. Folding it into the salad. Now it's time to make the dressing. I'm going to juice 2 lemons. I'll get to use this juicer I just picked up. Three tablespoons of olive oil. Pepper. Salt. I don't have white wine vinegar, so I'm going to use this apple cider vinegar. I also added garlic powder because I forgot to get actual garlic. We'll whisk it all together. Time to pour it over the salad and mix. It will get more flavorful the longer it sits. Hello everyone, today is Saturday, July 12th. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. This week has been kind of difficult for me emotionally. Had pretty low self-esteem this week. It all stemmed from that fitting room trip. I wouldn't say I'm terribly unhealthy, but I am 37, so I can't eat how I once ate, and it requires more maintenance to stay fit. So yeah, I just need to be more conscious of what I'm doing. I think that's why I made that salad yesterday. It turned out delicious, it just took a really long time to make. We saw Jurassic World Rebirth and Screen X. Would I see another movie in Screen X? Probably not. It was cool to experience once. We were sitting upper middle. The light from the projector on the left-hand side kept hitting my eyes, so I had to put my hood on, which wasn't a big deal. I did not get motion sickness. Well, maybe I did the first couple scenes, but other than that, it was fine. And also, it doesn't project on the 2 walls the entire time. It's only select scenes. I am working the next 2 days, and I'm working all next weekend. I do want to stick to this 90-day challenge, but I don't know what next week will look like. I do have 3 days in the middle of the week to get some content, so as always, I'll try my best. If you happen to be in Tokyo next week, there's an opening at Commune. I have a piece in it. It's curated by Microservice, so that's exciting. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the vlog. Thank you, as always, for being here and taking the time to watch these videos. Please subscribe if you aren't already. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.